We are changing the world one day at a time, uniquely in our own way, but we are, for a matter of a fact, changing the world. And so I had to break up with this feeling that every move I was making was being watched. And every person that was watching had an opinion. Welcome to Highly Inquisitive, the community where we change the way women with bold dreams chase after them. I'm your host, Gabs, and I'm obsessed with sharing the strategies, tactics, and permission you need to boldly chase your dreams. In just 10 minutes each week, you'll gain the confidence and clarity to turn your wildest dreams into reality. Ready for a life that's more fun, less stressful, and designed for you to be your best self? Let's do it. This week, we're going to talk about permission to stop caring what other people think. This is a permission that I have needed for so long, and I have always searched for external validation in. And I'm excited for us to talk about this today because we run around here with confidence and show up as your biggest best self and do whatever you want. It's your life to design. But it doesn't actually mean that we stop worrying about what other people think. There are so many times as a woman in particular that we are chasing things that have never been done before. We are, chasing new work structures that allow us to build a new life. We are parenting in different ways. We are choosing partners to build a life with on our own terms. And I've loved watching this movement happen. But I also think sometimes it's hard with this movement happening so publicly, because there are those of us who do struggle with worrying about what other people think of us. And so when we see other women so publicly going after things, we can have a pang of that, I wish it were me, or how does she just show up like that? Or how does she not worry about what other people think? Because I know for me in particular, when I first went out on my own as an entrepreneur, which was probably one of the biggest dreams I've ever chased to date, I tried to do things everyone else's way. And one of those was networking. And I thought, in order to scale my business, your network is your net worth, which means I need to get out there and I need to be in all of these rooms and I need to be on all of these places. And so I'd be going to all of these networking events and I would sit and have like a pep talk with myself before I went. That it's okay. No one is staring at you. You just walk in there confidently with your head held high. You introduce yourself, you make some connections, and you walk out of there. And I tell you what, it does not matter how many pep talks I had. It does not matter how many rooms I went in. I struggle with that. I still struggle to just walk into rooms and start talking to people and introducing myself. And so a lot of that has to do with, I've always had this fear of what other people think of me. But it's been interesting as I've gone through this journey of figuring out that the biggest thing I care about in life is to make a lot of these dreams that I have come true, because they're all surrounded in my mission of supporting women to chase their dreams. And so I know that I have to be leading that path in order to make space and hold space for other women to do the same. And that when we are all doing that, we are changing the world one day at a time, uniquely in our own way, but we are, for a matter of a fact, changing the world. And so I had to break up with this feeling that every move I was making was being watched. And every person that was watching had an opinion. And all of those things may absolutely be true. But I have my own opinions. which is why I'm going against the grain in so many ways to build things the way I see fit for a better world in the future. But really, it was my husband who had called this out. And when I mentioned earlier, like, we're building life partners on our own terms, like, having a life partner was truly one of the greatest decisions I made in life. Because having a partner who is helping me chase my dreams, who's calling me out on my own BS, and who helps me see my blind spots, that's what I talk about when I say that a brainstorm battle buddy is the biggest secret to life, where survival is a skill set and not a way of living. Because no matter how much inner work we do, no matter how self-aware we become on who we are and what we struggle with, the biggest thing that holds us back is that we can't see our own blind spots to deal with them. And so while I knew that I've always struggled with what other people thought, I never realized how much it was holding me back. Because see, I said, oh, well, I'm aware. Right? So maybe you're aware that you're scared to take the very first step. Or maybe you are aware that you're scared to really go after that dream because of what your family or your spouse or your children or your coworkers or other people in your life may think about you going after that dream. Allowing that to slow you down and allowing that to take up rent-free space in your mind is slowing you down from reaching what you really are intended to reach at this phase of your life. So the next time you feel yourself afraid to just go after the damn thing because of what someone else may think, may feel, may question, may wonder, ask yourself, at the end of the day, does their opinion really matter to you? At the end of the day, do you want to live like the person whose opinion you are afraid of? Would you want to trade places with them in their lifetime? And if any single one of those questions is a no, their opinion holds no weight. Because I'm a firm believer that there is enough room in this world for all of us, all of our dreams, all of our ways of living, thinking, breathing, doing, being, that we don't have to all do it the same. So while I'm sure there are plenty of people who think my life is crazy or my life is not what they would want in their life, I am building a life literally just for me and my best self. So really, the only person's opinion who matters is mine. And I encourage you to step into today with that same boldness, knowing that you're showing up every day, taking one tiny step towards the life you dream of. And the only thing that you can hope is that people see you're happy. Remember, friend, life's messy, balance is bullshit, and your dreams are totally within reach. Grab a friend, share this episode, and start brainstorming those biggest, boldest dreams together. Brainstorm battle buddies are my secret to a life where survival is a skill set and not a way of living. Need a brainstorm battle buddy? It's honestly the favorite title I've ever had. Grab time with me at the link in the show notes for a free brainstorming session together. Catch you next week for another 10 minutes of real talk on Highly Inquisitive. Love you big, Gabs.